Hey, what's going on, guys? And welcome to another topic. I just wanted to get a little bit more into this one, considering like how this situation occurred between the bodega man and the robber. Considering it happened in New York, kind of wanted to touch more on this. I won't be able to really play the audio because, YouTube and their bots, they really be tracking these videos down like this and taking them out. But what I'm gonna do is just I'm gonna give my brief thoughts on it, and link the video in the description if y'all want to check it out. So what occurred? You see, like the charges have been dropped for the bodega man, thankfully. But what I really wanted to get into was the factor of like, was it really worth a bag of chips to lose your life? Is your life worth a bag of chips these days? A lot of dudes really be getting emotional, especially when, it's more of their fault that they, didn't have like the funds to even afford it. But still, like, was it worth your life in this type of instance? You know what I mean? Like, we see these, type of things happen. And, with the increasing rise of crime in New York, it's just becoming more rampant where I don't even know if they're going to really do much about it because, it's just going to happen. But people are getting desperate out here, especially with food becoming scarce and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like, couldn't you get a better job to fund your family? You know what I mean? Instead of resorting to trying to, bully the bodega man, you know what I mean? I don't think that was really worth it in the end because, as you can see, the bodega man had to defend himself, you know what I mean? Had to unfortunately stab the robber fatally, and it was lights out for him. Now, in this type of instance, was it really a fair thing to do? Honestly, I think it is because the man was only defending himself. This was self-defense. I mean, to charge the dude to begin with, I mean, it made no sense. But of course, in the court of law, you're guilty until proven innocent. Everything is always backwards in some way. You know what I mean? And the innocent always suffers, over the guilty sometimes, just for a little bit until they, go over the case. But I mean, I'm kind of glad that it worked out in his favor because I think men in general should not be, stooping to levels of reacting this way. But unfortunately, you're dealing with a boy, not a man. So I don't think, I consider him a man the way I think he should. And this is the problem with like New York in general, maybe even LA to some degree. The mentality is at all time low and people are suffering. So it's like they're just going to react and, do the worst thing they can do and put themselves in harm's risk. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate that it had to happen that way because things could have ended up differently. But, when you are, and I always call it this, I kind of come up with this label. I call it poverty-minded. When you're a poverty-minded person, you resort to these type of tactics, instead of like thinking the right way out and trying to make your life, make a life change for the better, to improve your lifestyle instead of like resorting to trying to just rob, steal, hurt people. This is the result. I mean, everything has a consequence at the end of the day. And like even men, have to take responsibility. It's not always going to be the female's fault to some degree. He should have took responsibility and saying like, you know what, can't afford this bag of chips. Let's just head out. You know what I mean? Honestly, it was a bag of chips. Like, couldn't you really afford anything else? Like, I don't know how the living circumstances for these people were, but they were definitely using an EBT card, and that got rejected for the most part. So in that instance, they resorted to violence, and violence is never the answer in my opinion, man. So when it comes to problems like this, you need to think twice. Don't resort to the worst case scenario. There's always a better way out, because at the end of the day, you have one life like this in this type of system, And if you just throw it away over a bag of chips, then your life really didn't really have that much meaning and value, honestly. I mean, that's a crazy thing. People are doing this these days. Like, they're getting desperate and they figure, like, the only way out for me is to, like, throw my life away, at the worst case scenario. So don't do like what this guy did, honestly. It wasn't really a smart idea, but in my opinion, I think, we should think things through. Really wish there was a better, end to this solution, but honestly, he kind of caused his own little downfall, unfortunately, and this is how it ends up now. But yeah, I figured, I share this thought process, with this video. Can't really play it, but like I said, I'll link it in the video if you guys want to check it out, and let me know what you think. I think, things like this happen really often, and it's a good thought process to kind of get into, to seeing what could have been better done about this. But yeah, I want to hear from you guys. Do like, comment, subscribe, and peace out, y'all.